reefer, man.
Marijuana. I believe he's losing his mind.
I think he's lost his mind.
Reefer Madness Radio.
Hey, yo. Here we are, Reefer Madness Radio. It's Friday evening, everybody. It's Friday the 13th in the Mile High City. Man, what an exciting weekend we've got going on here. I'm joined today by my good friend Mark.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
And we are joined by our good friend Curtis.
What's up, everybody?
Right on. And, all right. We're going to be joined a little bit later by Lindsay, Mortimer Says. Really exciting. She is the only female competitor to place in the finals of the Secret Cup, which, as everyone knows, is here this weekend in Mile High. And
in the Secret Cup, there's some people that probably don't know, actually, Jay. The Secret Cup is a...
What?
Yes, it's a secret. That's why people don't know. No. What?
First rule of the Secret Club: don't talk about the Secret Club.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well said. No, it is a, I guess, well, I don't know, a hash making or a concentrate competition.
They call themselves hash makers.
Okay, hash making competition. It's all BHO, correct? Is there any ISO or any sort of?
Yeah, I don't think it's all BHO. I think there are other categories, but the point is that it's judged by the hash makers themselves, which is what separates the Secret Cup from any other competition.
Yes. Yeah, I knew that. Actually, I don't know much about the Secret Cup, other than it is put on by Daniel Desai.
Big D.
Big D. And that it is, judged by the competitors. And that this is the finals. That there was regionals a month or so ago, a while back. And there have been regionals in Seattle and in California, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Now, Big D isn't the only one behind it. He does arrange it here in Denver for sure, but he's helped by Jeremy from Rig Rags, as well as a few other people that I wish I could name, But it's not just a one-man show. That's for darn sure.
Yes, it's, the whole... When I bought my ticket, it went to the top shelf extracts, so that's the company behind it anyway.
Right here, for sure.
But yes, it is a competition, and the winner has been decided?
No, actually...
finals.
This is the finals, but it goes all through the weekend, and
the awards are Saturday night,
the first 2 days are the judging. So right now, the judging is going on, which means that the secret part of the Secret Cup, the part where all the hash makers themselves get together, they get their samples, and they start dabbing out. And they've got basically 3 days to go through 17 samples this time, because there are 17 finalists. And, they categorize and try to make judgments and decide whose is best, right? It's really interesting because, it's going to be hard for them to identify their own wax, perhaps. Everyone thinks that they can, but we'll see. We'll see. So, the results should be coming in Saturday night, and then the cup itself, the public part, is Saturday and Sunday.
Well, I think I like the idea of having to try and guess your own, because if it's not in the container that you put it in, and it's a flavor thing, I guess as well. By look and flavor, and
that's what they got to do. They got to look, flavor, smell, touch.
How many competitors?
17 in the finals.
Yeah. See, so to try and guess yours out of 17,
it's probably easier than 60 or 30, right?
Well, but I'm sure each one have tried them maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times each per competitor.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Lots of samples.
It's pretty cool because the activities are going on at the location. That is supposed to be a secret, so I'm not going to say where it is, although everybody knows where it is. And they've got emails set up. There's actually a dab bar where all of the samples are available. And so, these first 2 nights are for the judges and the VIPs. And you can go up to the dab bar and just literally try them all, 1 through 17. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a line?
Yeah, sometimes there's a line. And there's food. The whole thing is catered by our friend Claude Bear.
I thought this was something you had to have a VIP ticket for.
You do. You do have to have a VIP ticket to get into this event.
Yeah, they probably sold out like the first couple days.
Yeah, you've got to have a ticket to get into the judges' event. That's like I said, that's the secret part of the secret cup.
Secret part of the secret cup. Secret. No, so yeah, I don't even know. I just assumed that I didn't know because I'm just not, I don't know these.
You guys, I'm having a table
social
there,
butterfly.
right? So I'm one of the VIPs, if you will, because I'm having a booth at the event on
Very
Saturday and
nice.
Sunday.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I feel excited.
Oh yeah, I'm
Do you have
terribly
like
excited.
signage?
No, I was going to ask my daughter to maybe try to help me.
I could see that. Does she not already have some artwork made up for you? I'm sure.
No, I don't encourage her to like really do a lot in the Citizen J realm. She's still way too young for that.
No, it's more like her classmates and her teacher are way too young, or have you not yet? Can't fully grasp. Aren't able to go there yet. One day, elementary school kids will be socially able to make weedy
Dude,
drawings.
there was some kid recently sent home from school for smelling like weed. Right? I don't remember where that exactly was. Oh, it was in Fort Collins or Greeley.
Damn.
Right, but how ridiculous is that? You don't send kids home because they smell like tobacco or God forbid, booze.
Or especially up there where there's like a Budweiser plant and there's several like kind of local breweries where like their parents are working in breweries and may or may not come home smelling like it, but it's probably socially acceptable for them to go to school and be like, my daddy works, brews beer all day. Like, but would it be okay for them to be like, my dad grows weed all day in our basement?
Not yet, at least.
Not really, not yet. But they're working on it. Like this whole battle that we just had with the city council in Denver, right?
That was big.
It was huge. And reason won out at the end of the day because they decided that they just couldn't enforce it. There was no way to enforce it. They didn't have the resources. The whole point of this is to try to save money, not find new ways to waste it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So can I smoke on my apartment balcony?
Yes, you can.
I guess it would depend on the apartment then and what.
So if my apartment complex was okay with it.
Yes.
This is just for Denver County.
For Denver County, yeah.
Well, that's all the Denver. I mean, we're talking about the City Council of Denver and the rules that were made here. Every city or town, I suppose, is going to be able to have their own ordinances. So.
Yeah, but there's still the metropolis of Denver still includes like Arapahoe County.
No, it does not.
So if you're in a
Well, okay, I'm not saying like the metropolis. I'm saying like in the suburbs, because aren't you? If you're in Arapahoe County, you can still be in like Centennial or something.
Yeah. But Centennial is in Denver, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it's like a suburb.
But it's not. It's in the Denver metro area, but
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
not subjected
if I call
to
home
the
and-
laws of Denver.
If I call home to Iowa and I say I live in Centennial, they're going to be saying, "Well, where?" And I'll say Denver.
Sure.
Or I grew up in Urbandale.
But what's your point?
But you're going to ask, where's Urbandale? It's a suburb. It's the whole.
But if you're asking about the law,
Well,
It doesn't apply
Most
there.
of the people listening, when we have to be specific that it is applying to Denver County, which is actually a small portion of Colorado, and doesn't actually incorporate the whole metropolis that we would call
the metro area.
the Denver metropolis.
Sure. Right. But these were the rules specifically for.
But
the
what
city and
are
county of
other
Denver?
counties and cities doing?
I don't know. I don't live there.
I don't think it was ever brought up as an issue, right? Only Denver they brought it up, but everybody else is just like, well, it's not. It's a non-issue to us.
I would assume just because of the proximity to other people.
The bunch of
in
people
the city,
everybody
versus
had
out in the suburbs, it really doesn't matter.
I suppose. Ooh.
That was a big thing. I don't think you're still not allowed to smoke in public parks, is my understanding.
What about the 420 rally? Somebody asked, is that still going to?
Well, the 420 rally actually gets a permit, right? So it's
So
different.
you can smoke outside, and that's going to happen again?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Miguel
yes.
Lopez is already organizing. They've got the permits already lined up for that. I think this year they're probably going to pay a little bit more attention to security, and we might see a little bit more of a police presence. But I'm actually okay with that because the police presence in Denver is pretty chill. They've already proven themselves to be on board with what the people have asked for, right?
I got pulled over for speeding, and I had an ounce in my center console. Stinky, really stinky weed. The cop asked me if I'd been smoking. I had some glasses on. I found my glasses on. Talked to him. Said, "No, this is what you smell." Showed it to him. He told me to pull it back. Asked me if I had my red card. I told him not at the moment. But he knew it, you know.
Yeah, you're an adult lesson now.
You don't need a rate card anymore. Right, so I'm not sure if our radio audience can hear that, but Chris is telling us, where was this, Arvada? So our producer, Chris, is telling us that he was recently pulled over by an Arvada cop, and he had an ounce of dank in his center console that was really smelling. The cop asked him if he had been smoking. He said no. He showed the cop his ounce, and the cop was, and he also, acted reasonable and showed the cop his clean eyes, and the cop let him go and didn't even question it. So that's what we're trying to do here, and that's a great story, Chris, because I don't know if we've got too many examples of that yet.
No.
So that's really good.
I was just polite to him and let him know. It's like, no, sir, haven't been smoking.
Yeah, I
pulled
was.
me over
Yeah.
because I was going a little bit faster than I should have.
How fast were you going?
I was going 40 and a 35.
See, there you go. Because you were going faster than you should have, he knew you weren't stoned. If you had been going just a little slow, he would have been, you are fucking high.
Chill, you're hot. No, I mean, yeah, that's what you want to hear. It's good stories about in Denver, in Colorado, where it's okay to be toting around a legal amount of weed.
A legal amount of weed.
Because, gosh, there's now going to be there's all kinds of rules where, like, you're going to leave a store and the package is going to be in a tamper-proof container, and then the bag is going to be tamper-proof, and it's like, there's regulations and stuff. But
people are still going to be able to come here and get weed. Think about it. Imagine going
Legally,
on,
free.
Just being able to come to Denver, and boom.
in a store.
Here's something we should talk about is where are people going to get high? And I was talking to my bud tender down at the Ganja Gourmet, Mike. Give a little shout out to Mike Brodeur down there. And could somebody grab the door? That'll be Mortimer Says, eh?
For sure. Hold on, Curtis. Can you...
And so I was talking to Mike down at the Ganja Gourmet about something, and now I completely lost my train of thought.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, completely lost my train of thought about what we were talking about.
what was it? We're all really...
Stoner problems.
I really don't remember either.
Well, we were talking about Chris and his good experience, and then, I have no idea.
Damn.
Brain
Yep.
fart.
Jay, you had something really good to say, I'm sure.
I know, and I screwed it all up.
No, it wasn't you, Curtis. It was...
We have guests.
Yeah, it was the doorbell.
Mortimer.
Ding dong.
Welcome.
Hey, all right. So everybody right now walking in is Lindsay from Mortimer Says, and her friend Andrew. No, you can leave it open. And actually, Andrew, why don't you, or Lindsay, why don't you sit up there? And Andrew, sit up, man. You don't have to sit in the background. And take off your coat and make yourself cozy. It's going to be a little warm in here.
People, welcome.
All right, you guys, let's see. It's about time that we probably take our first break while we get situated with our guests. And I'll take this opportunity to give shout out to Medically Correct, who sponsor our show. They make the Incredibles bars, which there were samples available in the VIP bags, at least in most VIP bags. And hey, check them out. They're available at your dispensary, and come January 1st, they'll be available to the recreational public.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
Call Canisher at 1-800-420-5757 for all your insurance needs. Canisher understands the risks you face each day, and we are there to protect your business and your investment. Since 2010, Canisher has been serving the cannabis industry nationwide. Call Canisher at 1-800-420-5757 or visit us on the web at canisher.com to learn more about our insurance and risk management services. Proud member of the NCIA.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On Grass. Runongrass.com.
National Cannabis Industry Association would like to thank its members who represent the leading professional businesses in America's emerging legal cannabis market. NCIA is the only organization that has unified legitimate cannabis business across the nation to fight for real reform in Washington, D.C. For more information or to make your business a member, visit us online at thecannabisindustry.org.
Right on, Reefer Madness Radio. Friday the 13th. Awesome. Cool. Yes. Got a cool show. Curtis, thanks for being on. I think we didn't, I don't know if we properly introduced Curtis, but he's been around Colorado for, how long have you been living here?
I got here on 420 of this past year, so just about 8 months.
Nice. But he also has a YouTube channel, as do most of the people in this room.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Curtis is what you will find him as.
With the H-I-G-H.
Hi, I'm Curtis with an H-I-G.
With the H-I-G. But he's a good buddy. He lives close by. It's good to have around.
Thanks, that's pretty cool. We've actually got a nice tight circle of friends that live like within a mile radius, and they all have YouTube channels. And it's really fun. We get together, we hang out. Sometimes we make videos together.
Sometimes we need to do more of it.
We do. Always need to do more of that.
Yes.
Right on. So, thanks for joining us.
Yes, of course.
Mortimer Says is here, and so we have a whole bunch of things to ask you.
Okay.
I guess the first thing we want to ask you is, tell us about Mortimer Says, how you came up with that name, and work it into like being at the Secret Cup.
Okay. Basically, Mortimer Says is kind of like a little character that I thought up, I don't even know, maybe back in like high school. But it was just like a little skeleton named Mortimer, because Mort is death.
Sure.
And I just like really weird, morbid things sometimes. So I thought of this little character that rode a penny farthing bicycle. He's a skeleton, and a penny farthing's like those old big wheel bikes. Exactly. Because he's classy. He wears a top hat and a monocle, and he's a little character that I made up. So,
right on. Sounds like a logo to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I really want made, but I haven't really found an artist yet to make it for me.
I know one.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you put the word out,
Yeah.
in the weedy community, I'm sure that there's.
Yeah, I have a perfect logo idea I have in mind. I just need the right person to make it. So
put it on ink or put it on paper.
Yeah, and then Mortimer will
come to
be
life.
he'll be my little guy that exists. So, because I don't really like showing my face, as most people have never seen me. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah. Hello, internet.
How did you get into hash making, wax making?
Honestly, it was kind of a combination of things. I'd seen oil online, and I should mention I originally started smoking and etc. and lived in Florida my whole life. So being down there, like, you can find bud and things like that, but when everybody else is progressing into other things, it's not so easy to, be able to be like, hey, do you have wax or oil? And somebody be like, yeah, I have that. So it didn't really exist. So I met him, my boyfriend, and he was already kind of making it, and I tried it, and I liked it a lot, but I knew there was probably better things, like a better way to make it. So we started looking into it and whatnot, and it turned into, like, somebody in Cali. I got them to ship me some stuff because I assumed, like, oh, Cali's legal. Like, everybody that's in an illegal state, they think that all the legal states, or Cali specifically, like, they know what's up. Like, oh, Cali bud, I'll buy that all day over something else. But, like, that's the shit that's going to not do much for you for the most part if you're all the way in Florida, because that's, like, passed through, like, 20 hands already. But anyway, the stuff I got from Cali, I was just extremely unimpressed, to say the least.
Now, to clarify, you got this in Florida.
Yeah.
How long ago are we talking about?
Probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Okay.
So, yeah, it somehow came to Florida, and it just wasn't... I mean, the stuff that we had was equal to, if not better than, that we were making already. So I was just like, this is what's going on out there, okay. So I kind of just started and kept making my own with what we could acquire in Florida because it was easier. And yeah, I just kept making it for myself. We just kind of made it for ourselves, and that's how it all started. So that's kind of why I keep my standards where they are, because I'm not going to just make stuff for people to just buy or smoke or whatever if I'm not going to smoke it myself. So
are you in a kitchen here, or do you
not
have
yet
your own?
Working on that.
I see. So how are you entering into the Secret Cup?
What do you mean?
Where are you doing your work?
In an undisclosed location.
Right on. Are you the only female that you know of that has entered into the Secret Cup?
That's made it to the regional final area, yes. I know there are a few other females that entered, I believe, in other regions, but...
Seattle, there was a solventless female.
Yes, a solventless female. I think she won,
She
like,
won her best
best solventless,
and
was
best
it?
terps,
Best
yeah.
terps or best solventless, yeah. So, yeah, there's a few here and there, but we're not that out there, I guess.
Do you perceive any kind of, like, I don't know, pushback or ceiling or...
I mean, that, to be honest, like, regardless of what scene I'm working in, that always exists, because when I used to, like, work retail or whatever job I used to do, I mean, there were situations where, like, I worked at Apple at one point, and I had someone, like, an older gentleman come up and was just like, I don't want to speak to you, I want to speak to a man. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. So I made sure I gave him, like, one of the dumbest people I could, and then that kid came and asked me a question, and then that old man apologized to me. But, like, just things like that, as being a female, no matter where you go, it always happens.
Right on. So tell us a little bit about what's it like to be in the finals.
It's kind of unreal. I mean, even getting into the regionals still doesn't even compute, because seriously, the day that I was supposed to turn my entry in, I was like, I can't turn this in. This is my first thing I've ever entered the Secret Cup. So I just hold myself to crazy standards. So I was like, I can't enter this. This is no way I can be known for this.
Okay, known for the fact that it came back at 0 parts per million.
Yeah,
it's the only sample that came back. The only one that
There's
came back.
There's actually one other.
Oh, there was one other?
There were 4 in total.
That came back 0 parts per million.
So there was mine. I actually have the samples from the Denver regionals here. You can take a peek. But the 2 that had 0 parts per million were actually High and Mighty Extractors was out of Seattle. Mm-hmm. But he was in here somewhere. He had 0 ppm. I had 0 ppm. And Jib Jab, of course, with his ice water, has 0 ppm, which his number was, like, right below mine on the results.
Jibs, he's here, right?
Yeah, he was number 21 on the results, and I was number 20 on the sheet. So I'm, like, looking at it, and his says 0, of course, and mine says 0, and I'm like, did they mistype this? Did they, like, accidentally write his number on mine? And no, I was just so shocked. I still can't believe it.
Right on.
That's what I was always striving for, so it was really cool to finally see that happen. I mean...
What you guys can't see right now, maybe you can, is Mortimer Says is going through a box of vials, and they each have just a little bit of of shatter in them. They're not, like full anymore. But when you become a judge, you get like how much in each of the sample vials do you generally get?
This little box we had higher. We had 30 samples total because 30 people entered, and then they were 0.3 samples of everything.
So 0.3 grams. That's not so much, but
it was plenty enough to actually share it with this box. It went between 4 people. We all kind of collab tested and whatever because I like to see how other people react and things too because I'm, like I said, like ultra like picky and everything. And
how long did you have to judge? How long
you get like 2 days basically, essentially.
Yeah, that'd be tough to judge 17.
Yeah, I'm honestly though, like we did them all in one go, both of them.
17 is so bad.
Because I'm not taking like the whole thing. If I was taking like 0.3s of every entry, like not because they're big dabs, but because of the dabs themselves, I don't know if I would make it.
Right. Well, you don't want to take the whole 0.3 because you want to be able to judge it. So you need to like break it up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's
just
why
imagine,
they're still in the box.
Did you go to the 710 cup?
I did go to the 710 cup.
There were 60 or 70
74, I believe, in
entries,
that bag. Yeah.
Right. So imagine, and they also only had.
They were 0.1s.
Okay, but they still only had 2 days.
Yeah,
to do all
for
of
sure.
those.
That would have been way more intimidating for sure, just because of the number of how many there are, rather than just
70.
Yeah.
That's
I did not judge that one.
Someone
so
asked me
really...
today, don't they all just kind of run together? Right? Don't they all start to taste the same after a while? Like if you're going to a wine tasting, if you're going to a wine tasting, you cleanse your palate.
This finals, they've bled a little more than in the other one.
I'm not sure. I know.
The flavors have bled together a little more in this one, in a sense that not that they are bleeding, but they literally are pretty similar.
It's a lot of the same flavors.
Yeah.
I wonder if people are running the same kind of bud.
Well, I mean, if you go by what people are saying is like the hype strains and all that kind of stuff, like if you look at that and then you tasted this box or picked a random one out, it would probably be one of those. I don't want to say too many names as to what strains they are, but yeah.
How do you cleanse your smoke palate?
How do you cleanse your, I don't know, with coffee or
water. Just take a dab of my own.
Okay, we're back to center.
With flowers. You cleanse your dab palate with flowers.
I don't know
about I don't know if that's cleansing or... I mean, I don't mind smoking like a joint and what's not anymore, but like flower, I don't really smoke out of glass or anything like that. Like I don't have a flower piece.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you prefer joints over?
Just, it's not really that I prefer them. It's just that
I'm saying, like, why would you still smoke joints while?
I will if it's around.
But you wouldn't smoke.
I don't ever really roll a joint. Like if you handed me a pack, like a fresh bowl, I would smoke it.
Okay.
I'm not a snob.
Okay.
But
that's what I was getting at.
No, I'm not a total snob, but I just like don't go out of my way like to smoke unless it's like a really nice. I can tell I want to try it. I mean, there's certain flowers like. Without giving it doesn't really give too much away. One of the strain that I entered for my secret cup, I smoked a joint of that, and we were like, this makes us want to smoke flowers like all the time again. So it's just like certain strains.
The right kind of joint will do that.
Yeah, it like overpowers the burning taste, I guess, for me. So.
But don't you feel like you're still missing something?
Not really.
Just as far as like cannabinoids or just like effects or just something.
I mean,
like you don't smoke.
It honestly just makes
joint,
me
like,
super sleepy. If anything, I'll smoke like some ice water extract or something if I want like the more like flowery feeling.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
That's usually like a nighttime thing. Like if I want to smoke ice water, it'll be at night. Because if it's not, then I'm probably not going to do much throughout my day. Because I'll just be couch locked.
Yeah. No, I know some people that they're not even making hash, but they've just like more or less sworn off flower altogether.
Yeah, I mean it's also easier. I understand, like in states where it's not so simple. Like I mean, once we switched over to smoking pretty much oil all the time in Florida, like I smoked a lot more than I did when I smoked flowers, just because it was so much easier and so much more available, because I can just load up a pen and be like out and about. Whereas, you know, before, if I had to smoke flowers, like how do you mask that smell? Like if you get pulled over or something, you don't. You're done. So with a pen, it's like, oh, that's like a little lipstick or something, and it's in my purse, and I've sprayed perfume.
And it doesn't smell the same.
Exactly. It smells for like 2 seconds, and then it's done. So that's
Here's
another
a tip.
reason.
Keep some orange hand sanitizing spray in your car. At Whole Foods, they carry, I think it's their own brand of a hand sanitizer spray.
Nice.
Right? And they come in different flavors.
So you spray it on your hands?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Is
And
it
I
a
keep some in
lotion?
it's not a lotion. It's like an alcohol-based evaporative thing. So you can spray it in the air. I keep it in the car, and the orange will mask just about anything. Lavender also works really well too for masking.
Jay, we should take a break. I might refresh my bong water.
All right, man. Looks like it's time for a break. When we come back, we'll have more with Mortimer Says.
Let's do it.
And Curtis, too.
Ideal 420 soil is preloaded to perfection with all your nutrient, microbial, and biostimulant needs. It's compatible with all strains and is good for a 22-week grow cycle from seed to harvest. This product is 100% organic and gives your marijuana that awesome aroma and smooth taste we all desire. Ideal 420 Technologies is well-grounded in soil chemistry, soil physics, and microbial biology, making them the most advanced soil company in the marijuana industry. They do the science so growers can focus on what truly matters, the plants themselves. No more mixing and feeding of expensive nutrient lines, supplements, and foliar sprays. Not to mention, the company is prideful in being the most consistent soil product that has yet to hit the market. Due to the results when using Ideal 420 soil, they are quickly changing the standard for cannabis cultivation. To order the product, go to ideal420soil.com. Use promo code INTHELAB for an additional 20% off. Extraction Tech Solutions. Not only is it safe, but it offers one of the only ETL certified essential oil extraction systems on the market. Our equipment meets or exceeds all of the North American safety standards. Customer relationships are important to us, so after the sale, it doesn't stop for us. We are reliable and therefore when our customer needs us. We offer pre- and post-sales training, method development, services, and repairs. Extraction Tech, safe and reliable because it matters. Contact us at www.extractiontech.com or 720-515-9254.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
We are back with more. We're going to finish strong. It's going to be great. I want to know, so there's been news reports or whatever, like there's been like a negative, this thing of like, do you get tired of calling it dabs or / what about people calling it the crack of marijuana?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really talk to too many people that say those things.
It's like in the news, you know. It's like I've seen news reports.
I don't watch
and it's like
cable or anything.
it's like some weird
I saw,
newspaper from some stupid university.
I saw one of those reports where like there was actually some news ladies on like a morning thing, like if your kids have a Pyrex dish or ISO and a coffee filter, beware. Like there's all those things out there. So I mean,
they could be doing chemistry.
Yeah. Ooh, science project. I mean, the best thing. I really don't give like people advice online anymore or anything like that because I don't know their situations, because they may be that person that sets that bad example that blows up their apartment building or something. So I'd see where it has that bad stigma, but at the same time, when it's like curing kids diseases and things like that they had no other help for before, then it's kind of like hard to be like, yeah, that's crack, because what disease does crack cure?
Yeah.
you know,
exactly. Yeah. What therapeutic benefits does crack have?
Yeah.
That's just beautiful. But like, yeah, and I guess it's I don't buy it at all. It's
you know, they like to make things up.
Mm-hmm.
We all went through DARE.
Drug abuse. But yeah, or what about like the DEA? They're saying the DEA wants to like have this like, you know, whatever new classification for dabs that people are saying that, you know, I was reading a thing from the drug policy office in Iowa, and it was one of the reasons why marijuana should stay illegal. It's because it's becoming more potent.
I mean, I don't see how that's really an issue. Like, I mean, with with the government having like the patent they do on cannabidiol, like you can't really like argue that there's no reason that we should have potent marijuana or that it should exist, because
it's also a false argument, Mark.
Exactly.
It's a false argument that marijuana or cannabis is somehow more potent now.
No.
It's not. You know what? What we get now is fresher.
Yeah.
So we get more trichomes on it, and it's grown with a lot more care.
Was there the same testing back then as there was today either?
No, there wasn't the same testing, but they've been saying that. They've been saying that literally since 1937. They've been saying that today's marijuana is so much more powerful than it was 25 years ago.
What else can they say?
The genetics is all in a wash now.
You know what? It's not any more powerful. It's more pure. You're not, and even if you were to get something that was 100% THC, it's not any different THC than the THC that you get it.
Exactly, and that's the point, is that you can, like, especially with dabs, you can get to the level of medication you need to get at with ingesting less smoke and less harmful stuff. So if you have this whatever condition, you need to smoke 2 bowls to feel good. Well, you just take 2 dabs and be that same level, and you've ingested less into your lungs, less
like
carcinogens.
I said, it's more pure.
Exactly.
It's
So more potent is not necessarily like more more harmful, right? Like it's actually
basically it's like explain your definition of potent.
There we go.
You know,
you have to be careful with the terms. That's why I say it's more pure, not more potent, right? And I think it's important because we're talking about something that even in its most pure state cannot harm you, right?
Exactly. It's like if we can ingest 50% and we can do that 4 times in a row, why can't I have 200s? Like what is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why do you need to? If you're gonna get to a certain level of medication, why do you? It's like you can have bad weed and space it out. I guess I don't know. It's probably comparing it to alcohol, where they're just like doing shots. Or
that's the thing.
Whiskey is somehow more
their
dangerous.
Comparisons, right? We've got to co-opt the argument, you guys. We got to take it back.
Take it back,
everyone
Jay.
wants to use alcohol as a great comparison for the laws. We talk about, let's compare it to alcohol, so that we can, regulate it like alcohol. And it's really ridiculous because alcohol is so much more dangerous and needs a lot more regulation. Mm-hmm. If you want to regulate it like alcohol, that's fine, but eventually we're going to have to really talk the truth about it.
Yeah.
Regardless of how we regulate it, we got to talk.
And
the
then
truth
it deserves less regulation or different regulation or
less demonization.
It's almost the thing. It's like they're afraid of what it's going to become and stuff like that, so they're just going to keep holding it down until they have their stronghold of how they want it to be.
2 minutes to 7:10.
Oh.
They're afraid that it's going to become everything. It's not only is it going to revolutionize medicine, but plastics and fuels.
I mean, medicine is really
energy.
like the big thing there. I mean, how much I've had family that has cancer, and just looking into how much money that industry makes in cycles, and if you
they make more money the more people die of cancer. They make more money, right? There's more incentive to keep people sick and suffering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure. So when you see things like that.
Greg Robbins. Who is Greg Robbins on the chat? That's hilarious. Because I used to. That was like my fake stoner buddy. That was his name. Was Greg Robbins. I don't know if somebody copied that or what.
Somebody just tapped into your inner psyche.
What do you got going on?
I may have shared that story or something. It's just like when you come back and hey, what were you doing? When it's like you were really smoking weed. It's like I was hanging out with Greg Robbins.
Somebody just said he noticed.
Okay, cool. Nice.
All right, well, I guess
2
you better
Gs
get
because
your
he's a
dabs
true G.
ready, everybody. And
Yeah,
get
it's
your
7:10.
dabs ready. At
Oh
full
my gosh.
7:10.
Here, I'll give you one.
I don't have a rig.
Okay.
I need a torch now.
Oh, you need a torch. Oh. I think someone's in trouble.
Yeah, we should have realized that.
Major field.
We're blasting off. Listen to all those torches.
Do it. Go.
Arms at the ready.
It's too much torch.
All right, you guys. Happy 7/10 on Friday the 13th.
Heck yeah.
I didn't bring a rig, I feel. Probably oil.
That was
Andrew,
great.
Dad?
Oh, it's so tasty.
Always.
He's got your one?
Finish that.
You
My
want
bad.
to?
Yeah, I don't want to. There you go. That's awesome. Everybody has these new toys. The new, everybody has it. I've started to sort of use it at home, but it's this cap. Carb cap.
Carb cap, or as I like to call it, stoking it. I call it stoking it, not carbon it, right?
And you were stoking it way before they were carb capping it, Jay.
I was stoking it long ago.
How long have you been stoking it, Jay?
Man, I've been stoking it since I was like 13 years old, but that's another story, you guys.
No, stoke.
I use an oversized bowl from a Roar bong. It's a really nice, deep bell-shaped bowl that I've never used for flowers because it's just ridiculously, absurdly huge, right? But it fits over all of my domeless nails, whether they're titanium or quartz. So it does the same thing as the highly educated's carb cap, but you can actually see it, which I really like. You can see it steaming up inside the cap.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass.
Yeah, they're really nice. I'm actually trying to get a couple of glass blowers to start making them for me so I can start offering them on Mountain High.
Yeah, well, it's functional, right? The idea is that you can dab at a lower temperature and then...
And you get a lot more flavor, and you get a lot more of your
and
dab, too, because it captures all of that nice...
It's like cooking when it says, to cover it. It's like it does, you can...
Right.
You cook it at a lower temperature because it's covered. It's the same thing.
You can simmer. You don't have to boil.
Exactly.
I'm always simmering.
Yes.
Sometimes I do think about, I don't know, weediness is similar to cooking, or it is sort of there's tools, there's a habit.
Weediness is next to godliness.
Cookingness. No,
you guys, that reminds me, something came to my attention yesterday that I really have to spread the word about this because it tickles my fancy like nothing else, right? Somebody please recite to me the initials of the current president of the United States. B-H-O. That's right, Andrew. B-H-O.
I did not.
Why does that sticker not exist?
It will very shortly.
You better give Jay credit.
In all honesty, I cannot take credit for that. I've seen that somewhere before. I saw it somewhere on the internet. I can't remember where, but I'm not the first one to come up with that.
We
that is
missed
quite funny.
out.
So it is quite clever, I must say.
We've got a couple of years to take advantage of that, and then that's gone.
I think it's all part of the secret plot, right? The secret birth or plot that his initials are actually BHO because it's really all about legalizing weed. Really, that's why.
You think in his last year he's just going to be like, boom.
That's right.
It's legal.
That's why he's the sleeper agent that the very last thing he's going to do is going to pardon everybody in jail for weed and he's going to legalize
then why
weed.
did he raid everybody harder than anybody else?
Yeah, well, the theory falls apart like every other, He's setting up the long con.
It's just like a double agent.
BHO.
He's got to get in the circle.
That's right. BHO, man. BHO.
Playing the long con.
Yes, I think we can no longer hate on him for all of the that he has done.
Love-hate now.
It is. It's kind of a love-hate relationship.
Eyes are now open to
Yes.
I've been awakened.
So I'm not sure what else is going on this weekend besides the Secret Cup. I can't imagine that anything else in Denver would be going on. Is there even a Broncos game or not? I mean,
they played
They
Thursday.
canceled that for the Secret Cup.
I think there you go.
In anticipation of having the weekend
The
open.
only thing that I know that's really cool that's happening right now is Voodoo Donuts soft open.
Okay, so I've been hearing a lot about this Voodoo Donuts. Tell me.
I've never been there, so I couldn't tell you much.
I've
besides
just heard nothing but the best.
If you look at photos,
And
you'll know why.
they're donuts?
Should we Google some photos for you right now?
Nah, we can do that later.
They are insane creations that just defy anything culinary.
Really?
They're
Yes.
the original pudding cereal, like Fruit Loops.
Can I still get like a glazed donut for
I'm
50
sure.
cents?
Maybe. I don't know.
Ooh, put
Actually,
like
I don't
my
know.
warm on
You might have to go in like a wall of
Krispy
shame or
Kreme?
something.
Too heady.
Signature
Krispy Kreme.
voodoo doll
Come on now.
with raspberry jelly in his blood.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I also
That
don't
does
like
sound good.
surprises in my donuts either.
Yeah. Oreo donut.
No, like I don't like the ones that are cream filled.
Have you guys noticed the
cupcake
craze that has hit the city? They're like
Cocoa Puffs.
What is it?
cupcakes. Have you noticed all the cupcake bakeries that are all of a sudden
yeah, there's
popping up?
one by one of my favorite barbecue places.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's one over by Moe's Bagels, too. I forget what it's called. Gigi's, maybe.
Yeah, there's lots of... That's a little trendy thing.
And they're like really hoity-toity cupcakes, right? That you can't even finish a cupcake because it's so rich.
Yeah.
Unless you're sharing it with like 8 people.
It's like one of the new things.
Is it like a cake or is it something?
No,
like
it's a
something-
regular
Like a baby
cupcake size.
It's
Really?
just like epically just strong and yeah.
Interesting.
Really intricate flavors.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in Denver?
Like maybe 5-6 months now.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you're new. Welcome
Yeah.
to Denver.
I came
I'm
during
sorry,
the
I've been here
summer.
like 3 years.
It's all good.
You know, I've been here. I've been in Colorado 3 years. I've been in Denver like a year and a half.
You know, we're gonna
6
have
months.
to we're gonna have to take a break again.
Okay.
But let's see if we can get people to ask some questions and maybe call in. You know,
I'm
like
watching the chat and people are not asking
yeah,
questions.
How about this? You know, I'm
You
looking
can call,
to
too.
talk
Pick
to
up the
people who are coming to Denver in January or have recently moved here. I want to hear from some people who are either planning to come right in January or have just moved here. Let's see if we can get somebody that. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more with Mortimer Says and our friend Curtis.
The law offices of Edson, Maiden, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Whether you are a commercial grower or cultivate as a hobby, No Dough Urban Garden Supply is Denver's first stop for your hydroponic grow needs. With a wide range of products including House and Garden, Botanicare, and Fox Farm, their knowledgeable staff can get you started on your first garden or help you with your well-established business. No Dough Urban Garden Supply is located in downtown Denver at 1330 27th Street, 4 blocks north of Coors Field near MMD of Colorado. They are open 6 days a week from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 303-296-3424 or visit them on the web at www.nodoughurbangardensupply.com.
National Cannabis Industry Association would like to thank its members who represent the leading professional businesses in America's emerging legal cannabis market. NCIA is the only organization that has unified legitimate cannabis business across the nation to fight for real reform in Washington, D.C. For more information or to make your business a member, visit us online at thecannabisindustry.org.
Miss
Reefer
Mortimer
Madness
says,
Radio.
"Can I
All
have
right,
a dab?"
we are back.
Of course.
Was that dab that I had? Was that from you? Was that
Yeah.
yours?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's very
Yeah, that was actually a strain called Miss Piggy that is a cross of Hog's Breath and Grape Stomper.
You know what? Hog's breath is better than no breath at all.
Is it really?
Yeah, I believe there's a famous
Is that
saloon.
what your grandpappy once said?
Yes,
Right.
actually, there's a famous saloon called the Hog's Breath Saloon, and
I think
I believe there are T-shirts that say Hog's Breath is better
I think
than
I've
no
gone
breath.
to one in like Key West or something.
Yeah, there's one.
Getting my disabled ass to the Free State.
I've been to Florida a few times. My
mean,
first
it's
airplane
cool, I guess,
trip
to
was to
visit.
Florida.
That was probably not too bad.
Did you? Yeah, I
Mine
flew to
sort of was
Sarasota.
too.
Right, it was really nice. So, did you move out here specifically to make hash,
Yeah,
or
to just I mean that and here, hold on, let me look up.
Yeah, it's like I think a lot of people like move out here to cannabis helps, but there's probably a lot of things about Colorado that are just awesome.
Yeah, I mean I'm born and raised in Florida. It's if you've been there before, it's
We have a
flat
call.
and boring.
Let's take a call.
Call?
Yeah. Really?
Okay.
You think Florida's boring?
Let's take
What's
a
up?
call.
Florida's boring.
We have a
Who is
caller.
calling?
Greetings, caller.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man? Who we got on the phone
Hey.
here?
My name's William, and I just moved here from Utah.
Right on,
Where's
William.
here? Are you in Colorado? Denver?
Yeah, I'm in Denver. I'm in South Denver. I just
Well.
got a place down here, and just looking forward to the future.
Right on. Do you
Nice.
have a job, William?
No, I've been looking for a little while. It's kind of tough out there, but I'm confident I'll find something.
So you moved from Utah to Denver. Did Utah just didn't have what you wanted?
What's that, guys?
Utah did not have what you wanted? Like, it was mainly for cannabis, or is there, like, what other reasons are you here?
It was mainly for cannabis, but also I needed a bigger city with better public transportation. I needed just, I like Denver a lot. I've been coming to Colorado for years, kind of like you did from Iowa. And, I've gone to shows at Red Rocks, and, I've done skiing here and stuff. And I was just like, you know what, it's just time. This is the time to go and get on this wreck. This thing is picking up steam, and I kind of want to be a part of that. So, I'm here.
Nice. And you feel pretty good? You feel pretty positive about now that you're here?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I really love this place. I love the vibe here. It's a cool city. Like, you have to come here to really get it, but it's definitely a change from Salt Lake. I mean, there's a strong prohibition there and everything. So,
I've been to Salt Lake. It's just, the culture is very different. I think, the West in general is different. If you are coming from the coasts on either side, you're going to find the interior very different.
For sure.
Denver is changing because of all the people that are coming here. I mean, I came here in 1997 to go to school in Boulder, and in the years that I've been here, I've seen things change dramatically, and I know what's coming because I saw it happen in the DC metro area, you guys. So I'm kind of excited to see the developments as they come. But right on, man. So thanks for calling in.
I just wanted to say something, Mark. The way I discovered your videos is I typed in like Colorado tourism into Utah, and yours was the first that came up. And
did you type weed also, or did you like Colorado tourism weed, or you were just Colorado tourism? And I
just tourism, just straight up. I wanted to learn more about the neighborhoods and everything about the place. And
they had nothing. You did a search. That's awesome.
It was sick.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that YouTube is working. I don't know if I have any tags about tourism or something, but I've thought that, the people that, were wanting to move here, that they could learn a lot by watching YouTube videos of me smoking weed.
I just found it entertaining, after a while, and I just stuck with it. And it's a great channel that both of you guys have, and, it's just really cool that I got to call in. So thanks a lot.
Right on. Thanks for calling, William.
Yeah, hell yeah. The best luck to you, man.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Yeah. Red Rocks is the shit.
It is, man. And you know what? It's a great place to go even when there's not a concert, to just climb around the park, even just driving through there. Just driving through them, just make your day. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My friend Chris here is saying he likes to toke out and jog through it. There's all kinds of trails.
I came from the Widespread Panic when they have like 3 concerts, like in late June, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And their lot scene is very similar to like a Fish or
oh yeah,
Grateful
the lot
Dead,
scene is really cool. First of all, there's more than one lot, right? So depending on how big the show is,
South lot's the shit.
South lot, North lot.
I'm a North lot kind of guy myself. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I've been there for a couple Dead shows. Yeah,
I get lost.
It's pretty cool. There's lots, and the
Depending on
great
the
thing is even
psychedelics.
before legalization, you can hang out in the parking lot and find the dankest shit, and the Colorado growers would just be out in droves.
Yeah.
Walking.
I've never been to Red Rocks yet, and I know it's closed now. I know, everybody calm down. It's closed right now. It's cold.
Something spilled over there.
Isn't it? Everybody told me it's cold, and they close it right now, like during the winter.
In a couple of days.
Still have shows.
Obviously not from here.
Most of the people that told me that were, or
Look,
like live
in
here.
a few days, the sun will melt the roads
know
off,
that.
and you'll be able to drive through
Few hours.
and see how beautiful it is, right? And it has been cold the last week or so. As we get it once or twice a season.
This is the coldest weather I've ever been in.
It's a dry
period.
cold though.
Yeah, but coming from Florida.
Yeah, like period. This is the coldest weather I've ever like. It's like
there's
walking
really no
into, like,
difference
a
between
freezer.
-2 and -12 though.
Where were you from? Mainly in Florida?
Tampa.
Okay, yeah.
Isn't that like the
further
hottest,
down,
most wettest
like
part of
Fort Myers,
Florida?
further
I was
down.
born in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Spent a little bit of time there, but
So yeah, those temps.
they suck.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
understand how
like
you
heavy.
think Florida was boring. I mean,
Go
like-
live there.
Don't.
I mean, if he wants to test the theory.
That's a good point. Like, I've actually thought that Florida seems like a great place to vacation and a terrible place
When
to
you're
live.
like 86 and you have like $20 million that you can just swim in. Go live
Like
in
2 years
Florida.
left to live.
Yeah.
Go to Florida.
You'll enjoy it.
I kind of agree with these guys. I went to Florida just a couple years ago. My wife had a conference, and we took our daughter, and we stayed in a nice hotel. But man, it was buggy, and like everywhere we went that wasn't on the nice breezy beach, we were getting eaten alive. And if the wind didn't come along the beach, we were getting eaten alive.
Mhm.
But I will say this, it is beautiful.
Oh yeah, they keep it nice and pretty. I mean,
They keep it nice and pretty.
But-
They clean up the swamps every day.
I mean, the swamp. I mean, you don't have to be in the swamps too much. The people, you don't go to vacation in the swamps. There's like people that live in the middle of Florida that you just don't even like know exist that live in some of the parts. But then, like, if you look on a map of Florida, like, I mean, most of everything is along every single bit of coast, and the middle is just like
swamp.
nothing.
Yeah, that middle strip is just pretty much no
roads.
man's land.
Yeah.
If I've driven
Roads,
across
like
it,
a
it
random
takes
Popeyes
hours
that you don't want to go in.
to drive across it, and it's
I think it's
flat and
beautiful
it's,
to drive from
It
the
is.
Keys. I think
It
the
is.
Keys
Oh,
is
yeah.
beautiful.
The Keys.
Oh yeah.
That's different though.
Yeah, but that's pure tourism right there. The
Yes.
Keys are nothing but
Or
show
homeless.
boating.
If I was homeless, I would move to the Keys.
I bet.
I think it'd be just a great place to live.
I think there's a
It's like thinking that all of Colorado is like Aspen or Breckenridge.
I'd never been here before I moved. so
Orlando.
I had no idea what to expect.
Isn't all of Florida like Orlando?
I wish.
All of Florida is pretty much all of Florida. Honestly, Orlando and like the big cities, Miami.
Do you guys think
those
you'd
would be
move
different.
back there if they legalize?
No, only like if I was like setting up a business
Yep.
to like leave and be like, hey, run this.
Yeah, no income tax and no state tax is really nice.
Yeah, just I wouldn't want to live there. I honestly really love the scenery here. I love the mountains. I mean, like I said, it's boring in the sense that it's flat. Like, unless you're at the beach, which once you've gone to the beach, like
You've gone to the
8,000
beach.
times,
You've seen one
gone to
wave,
the
you've seen
beach.
them all.
Yeah, and there's not really that many waves, and it's like a calm, nice, the white, sandy, beautiful beach. But like.
It's a nice place to
live
visit.
there. Exactly.
It's a very nice place to visit.
Yeah, it's cool to visit, but it's to live there and try to like do anything besides just like work for people that already exist there. There's not really much you can do. So
Do you pay attention to like laws and things? Like, are you like eager to see it become legal there? Or are you...
I mean, I would love to see it be legal everywhere for everyone, just because I know how it felt to live there and not. Basically, I mean, we were talking about why I moved here. Part of that was obviously for hash making and etc. But a lot of that was because I was like in fear of my life every day. Like I felt like at every moment there was like a cop following me, or like the people upstairs were watching what I was doing, or like seeing that I brought a case of butane in, or like things like that. Like I just didn't want people to watch what I was doing, and I just felt like a criminal no matter, even if I was just like smoking a joint on my back porch, like I felt like a criminal. So it's just a place you don't want to be if you.
I'm so happy not being a criminal anymore.
I was just starting to think about like, oh my gosh, you would have to like not buy butane from the same place twice. Like you have to have
There's
like 20
it's
places to
completely
buy,
different.
so that the cashier didn't see you going and buying it too much, and you'd have to like put it in different cases when you came home, and you would have to use cash at the time, and just all that sort of shit.
At
with
one
paranoia that
situation,
you don't
we
even
had
know
to
how
go, I
think
think,
about
pick up
anymore.
like some butanes at some shop, and like they gave my boyfriend a hard time trying to get like 2 cans. The lady was like, "What are you trying to use this for?" Like, I'm like, what am I gonna do with 2 cans of butane? Like, I could literally use that for a creme brulee torch or something. Like, and you're giving me a hard time. So it's just things like that, like little things that you don't realize that you encounter when you live here or places like this. There's so many other things you have to think about when you're completely illegal.
Well, what about the whole transitioning phase from coming from an illegal state to a brand new legal state? What was probably the length of time before you were completely comfortable with having weed on you? Or
I luckily had some like decent people that were from the East Coast as well, that were like, you have to break out of your paranoia because I know, you know?
Yeah, me
So it was like instantly like road dabs, like dabbing in the car, like while, like obviously not the driver, but like us and the passengers, like dabbing like at a stoplight or whatever, like just to break it in and just be like, you know, nobody's really gonna mess with you because like they have plenty of other things to do. So things like that broke it in, and I mean, it took me maybe like a month or so to totally not like be like, oh shit, a cop or something. Right. But I mean, even still, I'll get it, but it's almost like a PTSD, like a flashback. You're like, shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah.
No.
All right, you guys, we've come to the end of our hour.
Yay.
And I just want to say thank you.
I'm eager to
thank you guys.
I'm eager to know what you think about like the future. What's going to come? Like, are you?
I mean,
5 years. I mean, is there just going to be more brands of people making wax? Is it going to be more socially acceptable? Like,
I have no idea. I mean, it's based off of how it's turned so far. I mean, there's probably going to be a whole lot more people making it. It's like almost like glass blowing. It's like people realize like, oh, but the thing is hopefully in this industry people will realize like the people that really care are the ones that need to stick around and not the people that are in it to make money, because there's a lot of that going on. So, you know,
regulations will help.
Yeah, hopefully with like actual regulations and things like that, it'll help push like the real medicine aspect of it and not just like the legal black market.
Yeah,
kind
hopefully
of
the
thing.
medical side doesn't go away. Is
No,
the recreational adult use side kind of takes over.
I mean, I get the recreational side and all that, but they definitely need to keep the medical because that's kind of what birthed it all, and it would be really silly to just go back on that, to just be like, oh, it has no purpose now, when especially when the U.S. government holds a patent.
Exactly. So much potential. Awesome. Good show. Curtis, will you come on next week?
I think I can do that.
Is that a public promise?
I'm just joking. You know, I remember hearing something like, you don't ever make promises when you're high or tired or, you know, insanely drunk or anything like that.
I think it's okay if you're all three of those things. If you're all three of those things, it's okay to
It cancels out each other?
Yeah.
It's okay to make, that'd be like the worst moment to make a promise.
There's like
Anyone
negatives.
separately, maybe.
If you have three things,
Not
it's like a
drunk, though.
negative, positive.
No drunk
Four,
promises,
if you have an even amount of things, then they cancel each other out. I'm just joking. No, cool show. I like the Reefer Madness Radio show.
It was
Continue
awesome.
next week with more.
This was number
awesomeness.
10, eh?
This is 11.
Number 11, eh?
This is crazy.
Crazy.
11.
Awesome. Cool. No, thanks everybody. Thanks, Curtis.
We'll see you at the Secret Cup, everybody.
All right. Sounds good.